Welcome back to the WCG for the afternoon session on day 2 of this first and only test match of the Harley Cranes Test Series. And despite a spirited fight back with the ball in that morning session for the Reds, it would be Brennan's 11 who would be the happier of the two sides as we enter this second session of the day's play, as they lead by 103 runs with 3 second innings wickets remaining. So it'll be Alex Stepien to resume for the Blues, 4 not out. It was his boundary that ticked the Brennan's 11 lead over the 100 mark. With their skipper still in the sheds, they are in a very promising position. That'll be Ryan Schaefer to bowl the first ball after lunch. As in now to Alex Stepien, and this one flashes past his legs. As Stepien points to his boot, there was a slight appeal from the Red skipper. As we have a look, no, that's missed everything. Schaefer to continue to step in the 17th over. As in now, this one's a good length delivery, and Stepien leaves this alone outside the off stump. It was good stuff from the Reds in the morning session, picking up 5 Brennan's 11's wickets. And they'll be hoping they can pick up the 3 remaining wickets cheaply. As Schaefer continues around the wicket to Stepien, and this one's a good length delivery, and Stepien lets it hit him on the body. And he plays a bit of cat and mouse there with his opposition skipper, who eventually pitches out and throws the ball back to Schaefer. And it will be Schaefer who will continue around the wicket here to Stepien. This one's another ball that slides down the leg side, and there was a noise. There was an appeal here from the Rabih's 11 skipper once again. This one looks like it's glanced the boot. It will be the Red skipper to bowl the 18th over of the innings. As in now to Stepien, he starts with a short delivery, and this one glances Stepien's chest as he tries to sway out of the way of it. This is a good start to the session here from the skipper. It's a brute of a delivery. Basher to continue to Stepien over the wicket. As he's in now, and this one's a good length delivery, and Stepien is forward and defends, and he gets this past Jake Kasachet there at cover for another boundary. So Stepien has moved to 8 with a beautiful bit of timing. Blues lead by 107. Will be the Red skipper in for the final ball of his over. As in now to Stepien. This one's a full delivery, and this time he goes right through Stepien. So he's picked up his second wicket of the innings, has the skipper. He's deserved that. He's bowled beautifully so far in this innings as he knocks Stepien over for 8. Brennan's 11 6 for 55 in their second innings, an overall lead of 107 runs. As Gavin Merrifield comes to the crease, the 7th batsman in for the Blues, is known for a second innings dig here at the WCG. Can he produce another one here? So it's going to be Jake Kasachet to bowl the 19th over of the innings, and he starts with a beamer, which is called a no ball. That's an awful start to the over from the sexiest man on the pitch. Another one added to the Brennan's 11 lead. Kasachet to continue to Merrifield around the wicket. As in now, and this one's a good length delivery, and Merrifield plays that down to Daniel Arnold there at cover for no run. The Reds will be looking to knock these final 2 wickets over quickly. As Kasachet will continue to Merrifield around the wicket. This one's a short delivery, it's popped up in the air, and no one's reacted quick enough. As Johnson and Hancock look at each other, an opportunity to pick up Merrifield goes begging there for the Reds. It's a beautiful delivery from Kasachet, and no one reacts quick enough. Kasachet to continue to Merrifield in the 19th over. As in now, this one's a back of a length delivery, and there's a chance there for Basher as Merrifield hits this airily towards him. A sharp chance there missed from Basher. To make matters worse, he parries it for 6. So 2 chances squandered there from the Reds, as Jake Kasachet will continue to Merrifield. As this one's a full delivery, and he's knocked over Gavin Merrifield this time. So 3rd time's the charm here for Rabih's 11, as they pick up the 7th Brennan's 11 wicket, as Merrifield departs for 6. Brennan's 11 7 for 62, an overall lead of 114 runs, as their skipper comes to the crease, the final batsman in for the Blues. Made a half century in the first innings, but if the Reds can knock him over cheaply, they'll feel they're right back in this contest. So a massive period of the test match now, and it will be Michael Johnson who picked up Scott's wicket in the opening dig by the 20th over of this innings. Here as he comes into Scott, he starts with a full delivery, and it's driven down the ground, but brilliantly fielded there at cover from Daniel Arnold, the oldest man on the paddock, showing the young'uns how it's done, as he gets down well to prevent a boundary. Johnson to continue to Scott over the wicket. As in now, and he serves up a full toss, and Scott drives, but once again he can't beat that man at cover, who fields well. The Brennan's 11 lead by 114 runs. History would suggest that would be enough. This track has flattened out significantly as Johnson continues again to Scott, who drops this on the leg side and will move through for a single to get off the mark. The Rabih's 11 would need an obvious improvement from their first effort with the bat, and if they can remove Scott cheaply, they might just feel they're a show here. So it will be Michael Johnson who's looking for his third wicket of the innings. To continue now to Scott over the wicket. This one's a back of a leg delivery, and Scott is in behind it and defends well. Here I think Scott knows that he'd like a few more just to be a bit more comfortable, as Johnson will come in for the final ball of the 20th over. As he's in now, this one's a full delivery and it logs over Jake Kasach's head, but I think this has come off Scott's shin. Yeah, it's been awarded 4-leg byes, so yet another ball striking the legs of a batsman and flying away for a boundary. Amazing. It'll be Daniel Arnold to bowl the 21st over of the innings. As he's in now to Scott, and he starts with a good length delivery, and Scott has hammered this down the ground for 6. So Scott looks in an attacking frame of mind once again. The Blues 7 for 73. Arnold under pressure from the first ball of the over. Here he'll continue to Scott, and it's another full delivery and it's hit down the ground, but this time the stumps have come to the Reds' rescue. That was a 4 for all money. Here it's another full delivery, Scott hammers it, but the stumps save a boundary. Arnold to continue to Scott, this time around the wicket. As in now, this one's another full delivery and it's another drive down the ground, and it's another maximum from the Blues skipper. He's going after Arnold here. Brennan's 11 now lead by 131. Daniel Arnold will continue to Scott around the wicket. In now, and he's dropped this one short and he pays the price as this one sits up for Scott and he hammers it for another boundary. Scott has raced to 17 and the lead is getting concerning now for the Reds. Brennan's 11 7 for 84. As it'll be Justin Brooke to bowl the 22nd over of the innings, and he begins with a full slower delivery as it's driven there by Scott, but he can't beat Arnold once again there at cover. Here the Reds desperately want to see the back of Scott, as Brooke will continue again to Scott, and this one's another full delivery, and this time it beats Nathan Hancock there at mid-on, and it's another boundary for the Blues skipper. Another ball over pitch, and it disappears. Scott clearly in a hurry here, as Justin Brooke will continue to him now in the 22nd over, and he advances, and he's dumped this through mid-wicket for another maximum. Scott has motored along to 27, and his side now lead by 146 runs. So Scott may think they have enough here. He's in an aggressive frame of mind, as Brooke will continue to him again. He advances at Brooke, but this time he gets a thick outside edge, as we see another bit of razzle-dazzle from the great mouth. He's seriously the biggest wasted talent you've ever met, but he's forging quite a reputation for himself here at the WCG. As Brooke is in for the final ball of the over, and Scott advances once again and pumps him down the ground for another boundary. 14 off the Brooke over. The lead hits 150. It'll be Nathan Hancock to bowl the 23rd over of the innings. As he's in now to Scott, and he starts with a beautiful outswinging delivery as Scott gets a thick outside edge onto the fence and will move through for another single. So a good start to the over there from the youngster, but have Brendan's 11 put themselves out of sight again? They lead by 151 runs, and it's going to take another record run chase for the Reds to pull this one off. Here's Hancock will continue again to Scott, and it's a full toss. It's hit down the ground, and this time it's brilliantly fielded there by Ryan Schaefer there at cover. You've got to give credit to the Rabih's 11's fieldsmen who've stayed alert in the field. Hancock will continue to Scott in the 23rd over. As in now, this one's an over-pitch delivery, and Scott says thank you very much once again. He races to 36, and the Reds are in big trouble. Hancock in for the final ball of his over, as Scott has advanced, and he gets him away on the offside for yet another boundary. This is a massacre here from the Blues skipper. 40 of just 24 deliveries. The lead 160. Here, this is deja vu for the Reds, as it will be the skipper who'll come into Scott, who advances, and this time he's hit it over the fence. Oh, but it's come back in! Can you believe it? The ball has come back into the field of play, and Scott will be awarded 6 runs. Well, when it's your day, it's your day. Scott now moves to 46. Oh, and the Reds will be cursing their luck. Yeah, the Red skipper doesn't deserve that. He's bowled beautifully in this innings. As we continue again to Scott, who has hammered this down the ground once again. So he reaches back-to-back 50s in the Test match. He has well and truly laid his demons to rest from the Kiwi series, as it's 50 in each innings of the Test match to put his side in the unbeatable position. 7 for 118, as Obasha will come in for the penultimate ball of his over, and this one's a good length delivery outside the off stump, and Scott oddly enough leaves this one alone. So the lead 170 at the moment. Can Scott push it up towards that 200 mark, which would really make it hard for the Reds, as Obasha comes in again and he advances, and this time he's out. He's hit this one over the fence, and this one will not come back. So the innings is over for the Blues. Scott is dismissed for an even 50, and it's a mammoth total required for the Reds. So Brennan's 11 have been bowled out for 118 in their second innings, an overall lead of 170 runs, and it's going to take something pretty special for the Reds to chase this one down. Scott top scoring with an even 50, as it was Rabih Obasha who toiled brilliantly with the ball, the pick of the bowlers for his side, picking up 3 for 22. So the equation is simple enough here for Rabih's 11 on paper. They require a mammoth 171 runs to win, and to make matters worse for the Reds, they will need to endure a tricky little period before the tea break of about 3 overs. So it's going to be Jake Kisachia, the debutant, to get this run chase underway for the Reds. Was the highest scorer for Rabih's 11 in that first innings with 18, and they'll be hoping he can at least replicate that in this innings. So 171 to win for the Reds. It'll be Alex Stepien to bowl the first over of the innings. As he's in now, and he starts with a wide delivery, and it is given as such here from the umpire. So the Reds are away for their run chase. They'll take anything they can get at the moment here, the Reds. They're an interesting choice to make Kisachia open just before the tea break. If his first innings effort is anything to go by, he only knows one way. So the Blues will sense a big opportunity to take at least one with them into the tea break, as Alex Stepien will come in for the second ball of his over. As in now, this one's a full delivery, and this one was a plain miss there from Kisachia, and this must have narrowly missed a leg stump. Big swing, no ding from Bravo. Stepien to continue to Kisachia in the opening over. As in now, this one's a back of a length delivery, but this time Kisachia is in behind it well. Plays it to Scott on the offside for no run. So he's done well in his opening test match here, has the debutant. 18 runs and 3 wickets so far in his maiden voyage at the WCG. And Stepien will continue to him again, and this one goes straight through Kisachia, and that must have narrowly missed the top of the stumps. Oh, how did that miss? It'll be Matt White to bowl the second over of the innings. As in now to Kisachia, and it's another plain a miss. There is an appeal from several of the Brennan's 11's fieldsmen, but this again must have narrowly missed the stumps. Kisachia living a charmed life. 0 for 1 as White will continue to Kisachia in the second over. Here's his in now. Kisachia advances, and it's another plain miss, and White cannot believe it. Well, Kisachia is living a very charmed life as we approach tea on the second day. But the most important thing is he's still there. So it'll be White to continue to Kisachia in the second over. And this one's a full toss, and Kisachia advances again. As there's an apology there from White, as that was quite a high full toss. But you're going to have to do better than that if you're going to phase the Italian stallion. So it'll be White into Kisachia for the final ball of his over. And again he goes through Kisachia. And again he goes unrewarded. Well, perhaps this is payback for all the luck Scott had in his innings. It'll be Josh bowling to bowl the final over before the tea break. Here is his in now to Kisachia, who has a wild swing at it. And this one hits him on the body. Oh, and he's nearly run out there from White. So it's all happening here in this middle session on day 2. Kisachia living a charmed life, but he's still there. Can he survive to the tea break? As bowling will come in once again to him. It's a full delivery. Oh, and he's been stumped. He can't survive to the tea break. It's a brilliant bit of work behind the stumps there from the Blues skipper. Scott knew that Kisachia would like to advance. Yeah, and he's caught him short of his ground with a brilliant bit of work. It's a nightmare start to the run chase for the Reds. 1 for 1. So it's going to be the youngster Nathan Hancock who will bat at 2 for the Reds. Suicidally ran himself out in the first innings, but I don't think we'll be seeing a repeat of that. With just 4 deliveries left in the session, his first priority is to get through to the tea break unconquered. So it's the Blues who have a stranglehold on this game, as the Blues skipper and vice skipper get around Nathan Hancock to make it an uncomfortable few deliveries for him. So it'll be bowling to bowl around the wicket to Hancock for his first delivery. And now it's a full delivery and he gets an edge, but he gets to it on the full. So that bounces before the auto wiki, and that's a nervous start there from the youngster. Bowling to continue to Hancock around the wicket. In now, and he drops this one short. He hits it back towards bowling who misfields, but it's cleaned up there by Stepien before it hits the boundary. So Hancock misses out on an opportunity to get off the mark. His bowling will come in for the penultimate ball of the session. As in now, this one's a full delivery, and Hancock defends that on the offside for no run. So just the one delivery left for Hancock to negotiate before the tea break. His bowling will come in around the wicket for the final ball of the session. In now, and he drags this one short as he plays this to step in on the onside for no run to end a dominant session for the Blues. So a session which started with such optimism and hope for the Reds was quickly dashed from the Blues, in particular from their skipper, as they have taken complete control of this test match. Rabih's 11 in pursuit of a mammoth 171 for victory enter the tea break at 1 for 1 and desperately need someone to stand up.